Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol ACB. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to do this time frame that does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out where levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. Did this analysis on Monday, so that is where the red and green line annotations are coming from. But after today's price movement, definitely some updates here need to be made. First, I'm going to do is a little house cleaning, just get rid of that line up there. Sure, that level pertains, just not relevant right now. And from a presentation point of view, I don't want to risk causing clutter or confusion because there's lines everywhere. So let's try to keep this as clean as possible. The first update, though, that does need to be made comes about based on a foundational rule in charting, which states when levels of support are broken and closed below, they tend to act as resistance. So if there is any sort of continued bounce back to the upside at some point this week or even next week, that first key battleground to keep an eye on is going to be right up there around the 542-ish mark, give or take a few pennies. But like I said, nothing fancy behind that other than the fact that was a level of support, and you'd expect it to now act as resistance. And then from more of the overarching point of view, continue to keep an eye on that purple line right there, the 50-period simple moving average as a resistance. Keyword being moving. So as this week plays out on the next week, that line will continue to move itself lower and lower. So watch that, like I said, from the overall trend perspective. But as of right now, near-term level is 542, and then you can turn your attention back to doing battle with the 50-period. But don't want to get too far ahead of yourselves. In other words, it doesn't make much sense at all for people to be talking about doing battle with that level until the price can at least prove itself in the near term and quote-unquote prove itself being quantified as getting up above and staying up above 542. Now, as far as levels of support are concerned, to look at the glass as a little bit of half full here. The price did show some upward strength there as it built some higher lows later on in the day. Now, just because there's this little miniature uptrend here doesn't mean that this is the bottom and this thing's headed back up to $7. I'm not saying that. My point is it's good to at least see the bulls show some signs of power rather than if the price was currently still just doing something like this and going straight down. So yeah, there's still a whole lot of work to be done. My point is it could be a whole lot worse. There could still just be a very flat out downwards trend here. But at this point, there's not. There's a clear little uptrend here. A lot of work to be done still, but it's trending in the right direction, and we'll see if it can build upon this. Now, if the price, tomorrow comes down and just crashes through that trend line, well, then that would just be another sign that the bears are gaining that much more control. But as of right now, the bulls are trying to flex their muscles right now, so we'll see if they can build upon that or not going into tomorrow and the remainder of the week. But a lot of eyeballs on this one, a whole lot of volume in the past couple of days, so let's see how this one continues to play out. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.